Welcome everybody to the Boundless Shores, and today we have Owen, James, Chris, Wes, Nate, me, and V. Take it away, Wes.
Well, thank you very much. Much better transatlantic accent. It is me, your host, Dungeon Master West, back here on the Boundless Shores podcast here with the Boundless Shores campaign, believe it or not. Now, of course, thank you very much, mysterious transatlantic accent. It's been a few weeks, huh?
Just a
We,
few.
we decided the month of April was a little fuckered for us,
It was a
to say the
write-off.
least.
Yeah.
So we decided to call a hiatus, but we are back. Hopefully with more consistent episodes. I am super excited to be back and just being on call with my buddies and just being able to share stories with you guys. And so and I did just want to call out the fact that it is sort of the 2-year anniversary of episode 7 of the campaign.
Wow.
Episode 7 was released on May 8th. We are recording here, or on May 12th, and we are recording here on May 8th.
God damn.
God damn. Well,
My, how time
I
flies.
just want to say it's been a hell of a 2 years, and I'm hoping it's going to be a hell of another 2 years as we begin to unravel this mysterious motherfucking yarn. So first, real quick, just for pre-episode banter, James posed a question of who is your favorite Pokemon? So, Owen, take it away. Who is your favorite Pokemon?
So he was the legendary of one of my first ever Pokemon games that I ever played, which was Pokemon Platinum. He was the box legendary, aka Garantina. He just had such a cool design, and he was also a bitch to capture. Like, I think I reset my game like 250 times trying to catch him. Because I would always get him down to very low, and he wouldn't like stay in the frickin' Pokeball.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
James.
All right. Does
Your
anybody
favorite
have?
Pokemon, as if we're rocking on a time crunch.
Ah, lame. Groudon. Fair.
Groudon. That's the Pokemon that the fucking Earth team wanted to unleash and make the oceans disappear or whatever.
Yeah, Team
Something
Magma
like that.
version of Godzilla.
Basically.
Sick, 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 sick. All right. I'm not very well versed on Pokemon, so
Just pick one.
I'm still choosing. Hold on, I'm going through everyone else first. Chris.
I'm going to knock legendaries off of this list right off the bat, and I'm going to go for something that would be a little bit more common. I'm going to go for Tauros, because something about the Gen 1 ridiculousness of having Quake, Thunderbolt, Hyper Beam, and what was my last one that I had? Body Slam, just to really mess with people inside of any kind of competitive format as a sweeper. It had a stupidly high special for some reason, and it did so well for it.
I have not played a single Pokemon game.
Blasphemy.
Tragedy. You are
Very
living
sad.
half of a life, sir.
I think I've only beat like one Pokemon game just because I get bored of them before, especially the old ones, just because of how much grindy they were.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd get like to the Elite
V,
Four
what's
and
your
then
favorite?
Hmm?
What's your favorite, V?
Mine is also a non-legendary. It's Apom, which is a purple monkey with a hand for a tail.
More so than
Apom, the
Ambipom?
goat.
Huh?
More so than Ambipom?
Yeah, I don't know why I like the little guy better than the bigger guy, but I
Is
just
it the
love.
haircut?
It might be. I think it is.
Yeah.
But
Fair.
yeah, no, my favorite Apom. My little dude.
Apom is a
Alright,
sick.
Wes, I got you. Wes's favorite Pokemon is Muck, because much like Ekans backwards is Snake, Muck backwards is Pug.
Oh my gosh. That's good. That's really good.
I knew
I
where
like
this
that.
was going
Yeah,
as
I know,
soon as
you
you
laughed
connected.
before everybody. I'm
Don't
back.
worry, every Poke YouTuber's made that joke, so.
Well,
Yes.
I'm not a Poke YouTuber, so.
Yeah. My favorite Pokemon's fucking Meowth.
Hell yeah.
Love that
Like,
little
Yeah.
guy.
Like
Fuck
specific,
yeah.
is it specifically Team Rocket Meowth or just like Meowth?
Oh yeah, if I were to be any character in the Pokemon universe, it's Meowth. That's right.
Hell yeah.
Yay, villains.
My favorite,
Liam.
my favorite Pokemon is a contradiction, much just like myself. My favorite typing is poison, but this is neither. It is Hatterene, which is a psychic fairy type.
I never
Um,
thought you were a Hatterene.
I love Hatterene, mainly because of its description where it'll kill somebody just for being too loud.
Been
Fair
there,
enough.
bro.
No, Liam,
And-
you're a Rotom.
It was
motor
between
backwards.
Mouth or this is Deep Cut and what was that Pokemon that in the TV show that had to be taken off air because it kept
Porygon.
giving kids
Yep.
Porygon.
Porygon
Love that
gets a
little
bad
guy.
rap.
Somehow, before you even started explaining that, I'm like, he's gonna say Porygon when you said Deep Cut. I was like, I was like, he's
Porygon
gonna
gets
be
a
that.
bad rap because it
It
was
was actually
Pikachu
technically
fired.
Pikachu. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that
so
fired off its
cute.
thunderbolt against the missiles.
Thank you for knowing that, Chris.
I'm an old man. I am an old man.
Chris is ancient. No kidding.
I am.
Dude, he's wearing a Sonic and Knuckles shirt, one of the best Sonic games of all time.
Fuck yeah.
What about
I'm
Sonic
gonna get
06? That's a classic.
S3 and K all the way.
That's it. You got it. That was my favorite growing up.
Particularly for the music, always Endless Mine. That was one of my favorites.
I wasn't good enough to get super far into the game.
All right, to end her all off, Nate. What do you got, buddy? You're muted, by the way.
I know. My favorite Pokemon is from Gen 5. This Pokemon got me out of a soft lock on the very first gym because my team wasn't very well built for it. My favorite Pokemon is Excadrill.
Ooh.
Solid pick.
Yeah. That's
Is that black and white?
Yeah, it's black
Yep.
and white.
Oh, I know more than I think I do.
I'm proud
Let's
of you,
go.
Wes.
I'm
Yeah,
literally only familiar
I knew
with Gen
something
1
was.
and Gen 5, apparently.
Yeah, Excadrill was a very important part of my team through literally every part of the
It
game.
doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It's just shining into the background.
Yeah.
Its moveset was so wide and covered almost everything.
Just
and
white.
tanky and had just so good. And then my favorite starter would be Samurott because it complements well with
Forgot Samurott existed.
But
yeah, no, I changed my answer. It's Samurott.
I'll put some respect on Samurott. He almost made me change from always picking fire type. But I still always pick fire
because
type.
he's more badass, dude.
There's only one Pokemon that stopped me from choosing a fire type. It was Turtwig.
Fair
Valid.
enough.
Valid.
Fair enough.
All right.
Mine was Piplup.
Hey,
So,
World Turtles.
Mine was Piplup.
without further ado,
Undo. Got him.
I do.
you
I think we've all forgotten that this is a D&D channel, not
Nah,
a
it's Pokemon now.
Hey,
man.
podcast is a podcast.
We haven't
Yeah,
talked in a
fair.
month.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy it when I listen back to it. But we have a fucking game to play. Let's fucking go. So, last episode, it was split into two parts. So, Hare Naul sent off out of Vampire Hill Manor to uncover a lead of a Everdark incursion that is within the sprawling city of Erast. Alistair, also having a personal errand to run there, uh, going to lend his expertise to the Raid Industries plant regarding a certain bug within their Titan mechs employed in the Vanguardian forces. The party then traveled briefly to Lulara and boarded a rail glider towards the sprawling city. Whilst on the train, a few things happened. First, probably weirdly the most minuscule for now, is Bubonic has mysteriously fallen ill to some strange dark magic that we've hypothesized to be from Jeshima, the
Very
Dark
sad.
General of the Everdark. Very sad. Hope our boy gets well soon. The next would be Leon the Lesser appearing to Tobin and letting him know that Tyrael seeks to rally her offsprings in order to have them join the crusade against our ever-growing list of enemies. And probably the most mysterious of all, whilst meditating on the train, Orgolan is summoned in to a dream space with Anghor and Saphiri. Saphiri expresses his anger towards Anghor's lack of movement, lack of any decision. He seems to be taking a back seat. Anghor, taking offense to this, challenges both Saphiri and Orgolan to a fight. Arriving into the stone train station platform, the Arenaul is met with a familiar sight of the Jinn that is employed in a contract with Alistair as he gains some kind of wood. I don't remember what it was. It doesn't matter. He has it tracking in its inventory.
7 cubic feet of living wood.
That's the one. And the party make their way to a tavern frequented by Alistair when he visits the city. It is the Mended Drum. They acquire the penthouse suite. As within the night, both Alistair and Tobin falls into a deep sleep that they are unable to be stirred from. The rest of the party hearing the obnoxious beeping of the rift detector, revealing a rift showing in the northeastern direction. The rest of the party going to investigate. They find themselves in the residential areas in Sector 11 to a block that has been closed off by forces. Jonathan, bluffing his way through, claiming themselves to be private investigators, make their way in to start to gather intelligence. Over the past couple days, a dark incursion and mysterious afflictions have been plaguing this side of town. At first, it was a few dark cracks hidden in the cobblestone. Then, a twisted doll with her torso sewn as if it was from the factory, sewn with the torso on backwards. Upon further investigation, the stitches glow with a blue-black magic that Beckett deduces is from the Everdark himself. They discover a body completely drained and void of blood hidden within the veins. Instead is a dark, chalky black material that also glows in this blue-black magic. They learn of a dark creature that could tear through the stone as if it were cloth and tear these dark rifts, morphing the reality around it. They discover an apple looking pristine, red, and gorgeous, but as they cut into it, a crimson liquid pours out. As they cut into the apple, instead of finding apple innards, they find muscle, bones, and veins, and human blood. Where we catch up with our party, Calduin, Beckett, Jonathan, and Orgolan stood within the base of operations within a civilian's home who was a victim. His grandmother was the body that they've inspected. They stand planning their way to attack this mysterious incursion. The sun now has completely set beyond the horizon. Stars lay dotted above with the bright cracks that now tether each of the realms together. Before we get to the rest of the main party, we're going to start elsewhere.
Honk shoe, motherfuckers.
Within Hongshu is right within the penthouse suite of the Mended Drum. Our camera is going to fade in on young Tobin sleeping in his bed. Before we do that, can we call a quick break? As we pan in to Tobin's mind, Tobin, your vision is met with a blinding light, a shrill ringing in your ears. As the ringing fades, you hear the sound of a boot kicking down a door. You hear a gun cock as Kay's voice speaks. Move aside. You know what we're here for. A blade unsheaths as your grandfather, George Sr., responds. I do not care for your crusade. His blood is my blood. My daughter-in-law is not here. You lay no claim. George Sr., I have the utmost respect for you and your name, but I am called by a higher power. It is out of my hands. I understand, Sir God-touched. My allegiance is to my family. You hear a dull whir of arcane power beginning to build. A gunshot rings loud in your ears. The sound's beginning to fade away, although You cannot see, you feel the setting of the dream switch. You hear your grandfather speak, his voice sounding younger now. Surrender! Lay down your arms and come peacefully. A child's voice responds. Never! There's no peace for my people, or for your king. For my mom, for my dad, for mages everywhere, for Arcanos! Fire rips through your ears. As George Sr. speaks again, his voice echoes as if it were in a vast chamber. No, this cannot be it. Once again, you feel the setting shift. The blinding light begins to fade. You see your grandfather, much younger in his appearance, standing in the halls of judgment. Ragnar sits upon his throne, flanked by Arcanos and Tyrael. Sir George Sr., knight of speak, for it is time to be judged. George falls to his knees and weeps. My lord, let it be known I speak true. It cannot end this way. My family, I would like to... No, they must know. I had not meant for things to happen. Arcanos' staff begins to sneer. The tide will rise as it does recede. Empires are built and cast to ruin. Night always becomes day, as the sun will set when dark draws near. Ragnar's gaze falls upon Sir George. It is always darkest before the dawn. Well put, prophet. My lord, please take pity. My family needs me. I must go back. He meets Ragnar's eyes, with tears glistening in his own. You may return on one caveat. Swear yourself to me and be my paladin of justice. Redeem your name and you shall act as my hand of justice. And you shall be recalled when the scrolls deem so. And your son may never take a life, for he will not be able to wield a weapon against another being. For I have spoken. A fog washes over your vision as you hear the ringing of a hammer pounding on an anvil. The fog passes as you now watch your father hammering upon a breastplate. You watch as his hammer falls upon glass steel, his eyes intense. You watch his hammer begin to glow with an arcane cyan glow. And upon the last strike of his hammer, gunshot once again rings in your ear. Now you hear George Sr.'s voice, once again sounding more elderly. So, this is the end. I did not think I'd fall to the hand of a friend. A kinder mercy than most meet. Ragnar and Sir George now stand in the prismatic fields of the Aether Wilds. Hello, old friend. Work has only just begun. The dream fades as you feel your conscious return to your body. But before you wake, Alistair, your nose is hit with a pungent smell. As you were brought to consciousness, you look around yourself. You find You are summoned back to the Poison's workshop, the beautiful yet ruined quartz temple surrounded by the yellow smog.
Am I tied up again this time?
Not tied up this time. You awake to the poison ego tinkering away at one of his tables. I'd like you to roll me either a spot check or a sense motive check.
All right. Let's see. We're gonna go with sense motive. 21, good.
You look up to the skies above the smog, and you look to the stars. You've looked to the stars many times. You've studied them. Your wandering mind, you look to them when you think of her. The constellations are familiar, but they're not the skies of the shores. You look upon the scattered white clouds as you see a ring of clouds around that familiar constellation. It almost looks like a hood. As you begin to connect the dots in your head, you feel your consciousness extend out of your head as your vision now looks down upon Ego's workshop. A beautiful circular temple resting within an infinite black abyss. Underneath, thick, starry fingers wrap around the temple as you see it sat within the palm of a hand extending up to now you look upon the clouds and you see it fully. The Temple of Blood is held within the palm of the Father's hand. As you feel your vision return back to your body, as Ego turns to look to you. Ah, excellent. I was worried I was going to summon the other one accidentally. She will not understand. But
Well
you,
then.
salutations. See his gas mask head kind of cock his head towards you.
To what do I owe the honor?
I understand you're a businessman.
I dabble in all sorts of trades.
I
And
too
trades.
am a businessman. You intrigue me, Alistair. Please allow me to speak from the heart. Hecate, she will not understand. But you, Alistair, beautiful you. Yes, yes, you'll understand. You know that I have been held back by lifelong nuisance. Life.
Itself?
Hmm. Mortality is really an inconvenient conundrum. I've been fortunate due to my patron. My consciousness remains, but my body, Ego trails off, inspecting his ghastly hand made up of yellow smog. Fortunately, Alistair, for the both of us, at the scrolls we have met, and you you can solve our conundrum.
You wish for form back on the material plane?
Had hoped my beloved protege would have worked with me to find a natural solution, but I'm sure a mechanical one would suffice.
Very well. So all that you seek is a form to inhabit.
Yes, I've kept all the. I've had my assets secured, my all the important bits, all the things that make a human human. They're there, but I need a taxi of sorts. You understand? I need something to pilot, something
Your
that
conveyance.
manifests. Yes.
And the question arises of how does this work into a benefit for myself and my agendas?
Well, that is an excellent question that I think only you can answer, my dear sir. Most things are a non-issue to me. What do you desire?
I suppose the same thing that would drive most men of my preoccupation. I need more knowledge. I need more
Knowledge.
power. I need to know how to craft the artifacts of old. I've heard that there's one particular one of intense fascination to me. And if I was actually to care about matters of coinage, then it would be a trifling of an act. The ability to turn lead into gold through the Philosopher's Stone is inconsequential compared to its greater value. I've heard that it can bring back life itself.
Mhm.
I hear the screams of hundreds. I know their names, for they were my neighbors, my friends. So many. That, that is my price.
I can offer you 24 hours with Palor's Tear. You want life? That's the way you get it. But there is one being who will never part with it now that he has gained it. A former ally of allies. That crazed lunatic necromancer will never part with it.
Flesh will always fall second to the power of steel.
Mm.
If I can
To the end.
choose the 24 hours, I would find this agreeable. I have work to do before I can just simply drop everything and let this opportunity pass.
Well,
I need to find her first.
You seek her. You mind, Alistair. I wish you weren't so burdened with the material things. So be it. You sign a contract with me in blood. I get a body. You get information on where she is. And you get 24 hours with a tear.
Of my choosing.
Of your choosing. But to claim the tear, you must eliminate Erast. He will not part with the tear willingly. He seeks what you seek too. He does not have the mind to uncover. Genius to genius. This is a good deal.
Give me a week to ponder how I'm to complete this task.
I shall see you in 7 days. So long, my love. Good luck. You feel your mind begin to drift back into your body. As you awaken, drooling upon the surface of your work table, as you see a small note written in Beckett's handwriting.
Inspecting it, I squint hard, and I think I'm going to need to make a decipher script check because this is the writing of a doctor.
Yes, you will. I would
Oh
love
yeah,
a decipher
my
script
writing
check.
is dog shit. Absolute
Oh yeah.
dog shit. You can't write. You can't read shit.
Am I stirring too then?
Hold on.
Okay.
Uh, 7 plus 17, or 7 plus 7 is 14. So we're looking at she's seeking out
Hey,
Marmalade from
so
13th Street.
you that's pretty much how it is, as you are one off the DC. And so you get probably 3/4 of what's happening. You get Gone Out, Dark Thing, Sector H? Might just be a 1 and a 1 connected together. That's kind of the hard part.
Uh,
Northeast? Uh,
she's making
Wake
bread out in
Lobin.
Sector H.
And the end is
Alright.
Wake Lobin.
Wake Low Bin. I do a quick check of my workspace to make sure that I didn't have anything left inside of any of the lower bins.
You hear Tobin snoring in the other room.
Tobin. Right. That makes sense.
I have a lot
Okay.
of faith in you guys.
Probably
Too
too
much.
much.
Yeah.
Alistair prepares himself and makes his way to Tobin's door. He kind of bursts in and shakes Tobin awake. As Tobin, you feel the dream recedes as your mind returns to your conscious body, as you feel Alistair shaking your shoulder.
As I wake up, I'm gonna shoot up and then like reach out and be like, "Grandpa," and then catch my breath and just and see Alistair and be like, Sorry, one hell of a dream. What's going on? You seem like you're in a rush.
Apparently they're trying to get yeast for I'm guessing some bakery project in Sector H.
Oh,
A
okay.
lot of them.
Do you know how to get to Sector H?
Not a clue. I remember sectors generally being labeled for their numbers inside
Let,
of this area.
let me see that.
Is it maybe it's a 17 and it was just really sloppy about the top cross
Can you make
of
me
the
a
7?
decipher script check, Tobin?
Okay. uh, I don't think I have any points in that. So what like skills are like?
That's an
Uh,
in-base trained only skill.
Oh, trained only. So
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
just
even
an
like put
uh,
your
in-base.
relevant
okay, so
modifier.
you can go ahead and give me a. Is it really a trained only? Wow, that's crazy.
I mean that kind of makes sense.
Honestly, I would just roll it with your raw intelligence.
Oh God.
Or you know what? I'll make this wisdom based.
Okay.
So I feel
Oh
like
wait.
I take
No, go
wisdom
back.
damage every time I
Go back to intelligence.
read Owen's text messages to me.
Please go back to intelligence. I beg you.
All right, yeah, we'll make it intelligence. We'll make it
21.
intelligence. 21. Awesome. Yeah, you read that and you're like, H17? No, that's an 11. I know that Beckett, for some reason, puts a strike through the 7, so that's an 11. Definitely.
Yeah. She it's really just shitty cursive. She didn't pick up the pen. It's an 11.
No. Uh, occupational hazard, I suppose, of finding a notepad written by a doctor. Oof.
Yeah, it's definitely something. Well, I guess we should have over there. I'm curious as to why they didn't just wake us in the first place, but looking out the window, can I gauge what time it is? Or
It's rocking 10 o'clock now.
like at night?
Oh
10
shit!
o'clock, 10 o'clock at night now.
Oh, yeah, they wow, how did we sleep through the entire day?
I've
You
slept through
didn't.
my
You've only
appointment.
as you kind of like you're feeling very groggy and not morning groggy. You feel like you've woken up after only a few hours of sleep.
Oh, okay. I
Oh,
You have
guess
not experienced the effects of a long rest.
I
okay.
suppose
I have
uh
an appointment at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
yeah, call it tram lag. It's like jet lag, but I don't know what a jet is, so
Hmm.
um all right, I guess we should try and find them. Do you know how to get to Sector 11 at least?
That at least should be navigable. So let's I guess let's pound the pavement.
Right.
Alistair, roll me a knowledge, local, or survival at advantage.
Alrighty. Let's see. Skills. Uh, okay, that's a 26.
That is a 26. Yeah, you're there within what, 11 minutes. You speed walk your way through the you make your way through the Emperor's Rift, still kind of bustling, but as you make your way into the residential section, the population drops as you are the only people riding through the streets. You don't even see another pedestrian. As you run your way through and find a barred off block surrounded with vanguards with their large tower shields kind of blocking the way.
Any gold says that this is where they are.
A established perimeter by local authorities. I'm betting that someone went out for a drink.
um how do we get past the guards?
I mean, there are ways of getting past guards. It's just more of a question of is it a matter of through secrecy and guile or through a much more visible approach?
That's essentially what I'm asking. It's hard to
Uh,
say. I definitely think we got to go in here, but it's hard to say whether or not they got in here using those methods or perhaps caused a scene.
I reach into my coin pouch and I palm over to Tobin 5 platinum.
It feels like a little much for a bribe. I mean, it's definitely certain to get us in. Is it? Are you sure this isn't any
That
skin
is
off your
the
back?
point. That is the point.
All right. Well, we'll see if we need it. Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, is sectors off limits?
What's going on here?
Uh, Empire business. Go on with your day, please.
Uh, Hold on. Uh, Come here. Hey, buddy.
He kind of nervously looks towards his companion and shuffles his way towards you.
um, hey, I'm gonna do my best to be as like charismatic as I can about this. Just you know what, buddy? You look like you work hard here. Hey, trust me, we're here on Imperial business, and I'll go and shake his hand and slide the coins into his hand. It's for you and your
He
buddy. You
shakes your
work hard.
hand,
We're here
slides
on
his
Imperial
hand back,
business.
and
We'd like to
you watch
support
his
a
eyes
a
widen.
workplace break.
That money's from the Emperor himself. Shoot him a wink. And that's not even a lie, so.
Roll me a diplomacy with
Okay.
advantage, please.
Okay, this is the one I see first. Oh, nice. Diplomacy.
It's what, $5,000 that you just handed
Pretty
him?
much.
I gave him 50 gold, 5 platinum. So I mean,
Um,
uh, comparable to an ordinary person's job, a laborer earns about 1 silver piece a day. So I've given them over a year and 2/3 salary.
that's 18.
I could lose my job over this.
It wouldn't matter. Looking at the shiny coins. And trust me, we are here on Imperial business.
One sec. Roll me a spot check.
Okay. That is a 19.
You watch him pocket 1 out of the 5 platinum pieces. So he kind of holds up the 1 second figure and walks back to his comrade as they begin to discuss, and he kind of gives him a handshake for a moment as you watch the other eyes widen. They kind of discuss between themselves, looking towards both of you.
The nature of merchant's business. A coin will always talk.
Naturally. I just hope nobody's too proud after it seems like he's divvying it up.
I think I've forgotten something inside. As they begin to move the large iron gates grinding against the cobblestone, as the guard that you've bribed kind of walks a few paces in, shoots you a look.
Well,
Let
let's
us
say
go.
let's find our friends. I just kind of as we're like walking by, I'm just like, say, you seen a kind of weird group of guys coming through here? If you
Have you seen my glasses? He says very loudly and awkwardly.
It's good that we keep moving, Tobin.
seems that way, yeah, and we'll just keep going.
As you guys make about, 25 feet away. He goes, "Oh, never mind. They were on my face." He kind of scrolls as they both pull the gates back, and you hear the lock clash.
So,
As you kind of... Sorry, go on. You guys go on.
I reckon we start at the center first. If this is a quarantine zone, chances are, or not quarantine, but if this is some sort of disaster, chances are our friends are at the center of it.
makes the most sense. And besides, at least if we get deeper into the center of this area, then that's more likely that we won't run into any more barricades. Less questions.
Fair enough.
So let's
Guys
find where the
begin
middle of this containment is.
Guys begin to walk your way through this block. The quarantine zone, as you see, is very small. It's secluded up to about a block worth of street.
I'm just gonna be like, they didn't do too bad of a job this time. Kept whatever this is relatively contained. As I kind of chuckle.
You guys are meandering your way through. You see your four companions exit outside of a door. They seem with an anxious expression on their faces. They're kind of quietly discussing amongst themselves. What are you guys, the four of you, what are you guys discussing as you guys are leaving this residential building?
Jesus. Oh, hey, Laura. Did you see that scene? That was fucking brutal.
Certainly something can do something like that.
I have no clue as to where to start, but I'm sure we're gonna be finding out here soon enough. I mean, I've seen some grisly sights in my day, but that is something else.
Um, I'll kind of like trot over now and be like, hey guys, what what the hell's going on in here? What's with the guards and the city being shut down?
Jokingly, I mutter, "Halt in the name of the law!"
Oh, hey, you two finally decided to show up. How's it
Yeah,
go?
I was comfortable. I had my fill of most of today. I didn't see a reason to get out until I noticed the note.
I guess
Yeah,
I fell
that turns
asleep, but
out.
like, anyways, point being, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
We're not really sure.
What does that mean?
So you're not responsible for this.
That's a good
Okay.
start, I suppose.
No, no,
Tobin, I
no,
owe you 5 silver.
no. We are absolutely not responsible for this.
This time.
The little radar thing started beeping obnoxiously,
Oh.
It's
and
best
then
you just see.
and then
I'll kind of shoot Alistair a look like, what? Okay, like because they obviously seem pretty grim about it. All right,
Now I'm
lead the way.
curious.
I take Tobin and Alistair to the body that was discovered.
As you guys
Oh.
enter into the space, a lot of the guards have cleared out of this room, so it's really just you guys here. Mr. Laverne has obviously made his way back to his bedroom, and uh, Captain Wilhelm is he's got his hat kind of peeked over his eyes as he's relaxing on the couch as he's taking a break, because you guys are largely left alone in this space. You guys are free to discuss as you choose. But before we do, y'all know me. I apologize. One more breakage. The Ade Naul now reunited, entering into this base of operation, they enter into a room. Laid upon one table is it's a child's doll with the torso stitched in backwards. On another table is a body laid out with a sheet covering its head. There is a clipboard on one of the tables that has the entire incident report written down. As the six of you enter into this room, left alone from the guards.
So what the hell happened here?
It's just speculation right now. All we know is some creatures taken people and herding them into this.
Into what?
I show
Calduin.
the body.
Calduin flips the sheet off of the corpse. You see an elderly, orange-scaled dragon folk. But even from the body, you can tell that they are flushed of color. It's barely an orange at this point. It's almost a dull beige brown skin. As Beckett and Jonathan chime in, they begin to discuss what they found within the body. Is that the entire body was drained void of any blood. And what was left is this chalky black residue that is gleaming with the magic of the Everdark. They move to the doll and explain that seemingly this torso on this doll, stitched in backwards, seems perfectly matched to every other stitch on the doll. But as they explain that each of the stitches on the torso is also gleaming with this Everdark magic. Looking at the incident report, in the beginning, it only appeared as dark cracks appearing within the cobblestone. But then those dark cracks begin to merge and morph the things around them, causing this doll to morph, causing a few things to disappear, causing Mr. Laverne's grandmother, this corpse that's been displayed to you, disappeared for a day and then was returned void of blood. As the local enforcers were sent into investigate, they when night falls, they saw glimpses of this stocky, short, dark goblin-like creature that had then killed and dismembered this platoon of guard, disappeared into the night. Now, this is a question for the four of you who had experienced this before. Do you tell them about the apple? It's up to you.
Along with the body was this oddly pristine red apple. Beckett took it. I think they're gonna run, I don't know, some test or something. They could tell you more.
Yeah,
Well,
good.
if there's
Go ahead.
if there's one thing that I'm to take away from this experience, it's that The Everdark poses no significant threat because they can't even produce simple mass production techniques. Look at this doll! Defective, and yet it still made it out to market. I expected better quality.
You'd think make the entirety of the planes, but still no quality control.
Exactly!
Well, what's this about the Apple, Beckett?
Sorry, I'm trying to remember all the stuff from the last episode. It's been so long.
Do you remember? Do you remember the apple, or would you like me to recount that too?
Can you do like a quick little recap of it? I
Yeah, of
remember
course,
the
of course I
apple.
can. I don't expect you to remember. Of course I can recount it. So, Alduin with his detect magic detected a strong glow of the Everdark around this pristine-looking apple that was recovered from the basket that the woman was carrying. Um, succumbed to his intrigue, Calduin took a scalpel to the apple, drove it in. It's a eerily familiar crimson liquid drips out of it, drawing all of your attention. You cut, Beckett, you cut into the skin to reveal a set of apple innards, a small bone structure, muscle contracting, and veins. The crimson liquid pouring out, sounds eerily similar to human blood.
Yep.
As Yonatan stepped in and casted Cure Light Wounds on the apple, leaving healing the skin over and leaving this half-life apple alive. It rests within your bag.
Is the body lacking like it's obviously like drained of blood, but is it lacking like bones and innards and stuff?
Everything still seemed intact, according to the autopsy report of Yonatan. Everything still seemed intact, but all the blood was drained. But I would like to remind you that the corpse is dragonborn,
Yeah.
whilst the blood is eerily human. It's not
Okay.
human, it's eerily human.
Right.
It seems twisted in some way.
Okay.
It's like a
So,
teratoma.
Beckett, you can resume explaining to the rest of your party mates what you've experienced.
Yeah, so we're still trying to figure out exactly why this apple is the way it is. However, from what we can tell, it's human. And I haven't been able to figure out what its relation is to the dragonborn that was there.
Right.
But
Beckett,
yeah.
as you produce this apple and look upon it, its once pristine exterior now on one of the sides has an odd crooked crack set within it.
Are we
Oh,
sure that it's actually an apple and not an illusion of an apple masked around the entirety of a teratoma?
What's a teratoma?
Oh, it's a tumor that has teeth and hair and all sorts of.
Oh,
I mean, no, we haven't considered that, but I'm just looking at
Has
the
it?
apple right now and there's a crack on it and I just kind of like show the group what I see.
I'm going to reach into my backpack and pull out a monocle to use for detect magic and see if I can see any magical auras on the apple.
The apple glows with a deep black and blue magic.
So not one that I
It's
typically associate with illusion.
as you study the apple in its appearance, it is an apple, but it seems a new form has manifested and merged within that apple. It's an apple and something else.
I hate to say it, but tomorrow can someone prepare detect thoughts in case this apple is conscious?
Do
Conscious?
any of you have detect thoughts in your spell lists?
Um, let me
I mean,
check.
I can prepare it on a wand tomorrow if you like, but I mean,
I can have it ready by tomorrow, but um, I can't have it ready between then and
no,
now.
no, that's
Like,
fine.
yeah,
Where's the apple gonna go? Is it gonna roll off on its own?
I hope not.
Um, I will allow you if you guys take an hour's time to ritually cast detect thoughts. I will allow you one of you to do that on sacrifice of a spell slot.
Detect Thoughts is a bard and sorcerer.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have it.
Okay, then I can prepare a wand of it tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah, that's not a spell I've learned, so.
How long would it take you to prepare that? Like,
About
is there a time?
uh, in order to put it into a wand, about 1 minute casting time if I don't burn an inspo point. Otherwise, it'll have a reasonably short duration and a fairly low DC if I just set it to a first level value for the
So,
duration.
Alistair, you currently carry an inspiration point.
Oh,
I
if
will allow you to ritually cast this to the wand. If
okay,
you guys spend an hour, it's about 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. Spend an hour to ritually cast this. You so choose.
putting it into a wand is probably faster because I can do that inside of a single standard action with an inspo point. So yeah, as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be
Give me a. You have spellcraft in your
I have
skills, correct?
spellcraft, but in order to put it into a wand, I usually need to use a use magic device check at 20
I would like
plus
to give
caster level.
me both of those.
Okay,
I would like you to give me both of those rolls, please. DC 20.
okay. Use magic device. Uh, that is a 24. I sadly rolled fairly low, and use and spellcraft. I have a 21, so as long as I don't roll a 1, that's a 16.
Excellent. So, within this hour, as Alistair, can you describe how you take this hour to inscribe the spell upon this wand? Can you describe what you're up to?
Pretty sure he said it only takes him a standard action with a.
Yeah, if I use the
It's
inspo. So basically, I pop out one of my blanks and I take out my arcane etcher in order to write inside of a spiraling pattern along the entire length of the blank wand, a magical formula to describe exactly my ambition with it, to describe the spell in full and my expected target. Uh, as I do so, it starts to it starts to glow with an ethereal brass light as it starts to come alive with the awakening of magic, before ultimately culminating into a bright flash. And then I have a completed wand ready to go. So, um, I've got it ready. And let's just hope that this thing, if it is aware, is mercifully barely conscious. And I cast from the wand for a DC 20 check of use magic device. Yeah, that's a 38.
The bronze arcane energy shoots into the apple. Detect thoughts, that's only in your head, correct?
It's only in my head. The first round is basically just acknowledging that it is generating thought. Uh, After that, it starts to get into more specifics as each round passes.
You cast this, cast a spell. A voice fills your head. Meat!
Meat.
Hunger!
It's hungry. Oh god, I think
As
it can hear me.
you watch the crack, Alistair, you following this whole conversation, recounting it, you watch the crack begin to separate as two sets of razor sharp
Is it
teeth
just a mimic?
emit from this
Are we
crack.
dumb?
Does anyone have a barrel to put this in now?
Hunger!
No.
Okay,
It
can we wrap this
a
thing up?
long ass almost serpentine tongue
Yeah, it's just a fucking
comes
mimic.
out of the mouth and licks the lips around this crack.
I'm gonna start checking the cupboards to see if there's a reasonable sized stein that I can shove this apple in.
Just throw it to me. Let me punt kick it.
No.
Yeah, you only a few paces away step into the tiny kitchen and grab a grog from one of the cupboards and return back.
Handle in. Okay, I this is a bad place for my hand. Book, seat, chair, something. Cover it. I turn it upside
Hold
down and
on.
shove it on top of the table.
As you cover your hand over the top and it
It's
screams
licking
meat
me.
in your head, um you feel its form kind of try to wriggle up and fall back down into the cup.
Yeah, I'm turning the cup upside down and holding it against the table to make sure that it's going nowhere right now.
Was that a mimic?
I hope, but it didn't stick to my hand, so I want to say no.
Um, does anybody have something like that can like identify a magical creature? Some sort of like check or something? I
Detect
don't think.
aberrations would probably do it.
I got nothing.
Oh god, I'm the only one that could actually make a wand of that good man.
You can give me a knowledge nature if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. I will absolutely make a knowledge nature check to see if I recognize this thing.
Technically, if it was a mimic, it wouldn't be nature because mimics are unnatural creatures.
Technically, the
Technically, it would be
DM
Um,
dungeoneering.
Technically, I couldn't think of a better role, so
It's
Uh,
angry.
29.
what I mean.
29.
29. This apple has absolutely manifested into a mimic.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's
Uh, I would like to break the fourth wall for a minute because somebody gave me this idea. Liam, he, after the literally minutes after the episode, sends me this message and goes, I don't know if you had something intended for this, but it would be really cool.
Really cool.
And this apple has manifested into a mimic. It is screaming for meat in Alistair's head for the next minute until the spell fades.
There's
As
more to what I
you
said,
you
but
can feel it form. There's more to what you said, but
spoilers.
mimic, yeah,
Do we
mimic.
reckon this thing's important somehow? Like it did show up after this darkness thing, or do we just kind of um exterminate it? What do we
It's up to
think we
It's Beckett's new pet.
Technically, we might be able to domesticate it if we have a bit of meat and time. It
Do we
does
want to
Do I still
understand
domesticate
have
it?
common.
jerky in my backpack? Maybe.
Yeah, you
Actually,
might have some of that sand scratch jerky.
Yeah, you indeed still have a few strips of sand scratch jerky left in your jacket.
I take out the jerky. This what it wants.
Alright,
Maybe it has some useful info.
in 3 seconds, I'm going to let go of the cup.
You gotta throw the meat.
2, 1.
Did I just
As
hold
you
it out?
lift, you lift the grog, you watch the apple just kind of roll out of the cup, unresponsive for a moment. You just hear the tiniest little as four little insectoid legs pop out of the bottom as it begins to its way across the table. It's gnashing teeth, making
Give it
its
to
way
me.
towards the Sanskrit meat.
I'm just holding I'm just holding it with my hand now. It's just not flinching.
You hold the hand out, it munches down the. Can you roll me a? Do we have handle animal in this? Yes, we do. Can you roll me handle animal?
Yeah.
I mean, it does have an intelligence score, so diplomacy might also be applicable.
Can I do a help action?
Gain another for +2.
Aid
Not
another.
now.
Okay.
I rolled a 12.
Is it plus anything?
Nope. It was 8 plus 4.
You watch as this apple mimic munches down on this Sanskrit, and it stops just before your fingertips.
It's actually kind of cute.
What's it
As it
thinking
kind of
now?
like after eating backed away.
Did you say
It's the
more?
miracle of life of ungodly creatures.
Guys, they're like a cat around here or something.
I put down my portable pit and climb down into the living quarters. And I go over to my provisions box, producing 15 meals worth of rations.
Oh yeah, that ought to do this little thing.
I start looking over this creature. and just treating it like I would. I forgot the name of the creatures. I'll just say sand
Sanskrit?
dogs. Yeah, Sanskrit.
Sanskrit. Oh, though, fuck. I can't remember what they're called either. You guys fought them. Sand hounds, sand something.
Yeah, I can't.
Sandwinder?
Sand
No,
hunter?
might be that. Here, let me. I can pull.
The ones that ate the sand scrap meat?
Yeah, you just recently. It might have been a sand hunter.
There's something wide
I think it might have been.
or
No, the
Dewwinder or
dune. The
No.
dune
Winders
winder
are the
was the big worm.
worms.
The sand hunters were the dogs you guys fought in the middle of the desert.
something.
That
Oh,
barked and caused not paralysis, but stunning.
Dune hounds, something like that.
Yeah. Well, a couple of rounds later, I'm coming up with a veritable buffet in the sack.
Yeah, you bring up 15. Sorry, how much?
15
15
days
meals
worth of
worth.
rations.
Yeah.
15 meals worth of rations. It eats that in 15 seconds.
Holy cow, this thing can eat.
Extra dimensional stomach.
It kind of tatters its way up towards your hand and just with its slippery tongue just licks upon the backside of your hand before running back to Calduin and scampering up its arm onto up Calduin's arm onto his shoulder.
So, what are we gonna call this thing? Hamez?
why am I naming it?
Snapple.
No, I was naming it Hamez.
Oh, can we tell what it's thinking now?
No, the duration of the wand expired.
Oh,
Hmm. All right.
can it talk?
Funnily enough, the Snapple came to my mind.
That's what I said.
That's pretty
Snapple.
good.
I mean, it's accurate. Truth in advertising and all that.
Um, it kind of talked. It asked for more, didn't it?
After the
Yeah.
Yeah, and
sand
then
scrap.
the 15 meals worth of rations satisfied his quench as he now peacefully sits upon
Yeah.
Calduin's shoulder.
Yeah, we're aware of that. I was bringing it up because I was like, it seems like it can talk, or at least like basic speech.
So, who's going to try to put a ring of sustenance around its stem?
I'll give it a shot, I guess.
Seems to like Calduin.
Do you have one? I don't.
I have
No.
one, but if you have one, I'd be more than willing to try
I
it.
don't, but I'll share my ration supplies with you.
The you mentioned rations, and the apple mimic cracks a smile and out loud goes, "Meat."
Sustenance
Sing something.
apparently is now going to be a major part of our budgetary
Are we
concerns from
keeping
here
it?
on out, isn't it?
It pants like a dog.
I'm not sharing a room with it.
Hey,
Hey, I already got a
Watch
pet.
it.
This is somebody else's.
Alduin, you want to keep this thing around?
Seems to like you, so I say it's your call.
I don't mind watching it.
All right. Well,
You murmur that, and the Snapple licks against your neck.
It's tasting you.
Meat.
It's identified you.
nice knowing you, Calduin.
Unfortunately, ruining this oddly nice moment. You all hear an obnoxious beep coming from Calduin's
Oh
forearm.
shit.
So once again, the rift detector now glows
Where?
as one of the gems. Beep, 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 north.
Guys, let's go. We can't let this thing get more victims if it's the same thing. We gotta try our best.
Sand Hunter.
Can I tell?
What?
They're called Sand
Sand
Hunters.
Hunter, it was! Hell yeah!
Okay. We got chasing to do. Scooby Doo type shit. Through all the
Can
doors
I
and whatnot.
tell if this is this same rift or a different one?
I don't think there'd be any way to tell. Aren't we
Um,
standing at the site of the the
no.
first rift? Like, was that crawling out of the ground, not the rift that they found? Like, obviously I wasn't there. I'm just asking.
Um,
From the situation, you can tell that the rift was not here per se, and nor
Okay.
was it really anywhere. The incursion began here, and the local authorities set up a base of operations, collecting evidence. But unfortunately, the true rift itself still eludes them. The only thing maybe giving you any sort of lead is this nightmare dark goblin like creature.
Okay. Let's follow the thing.
Yep.
Do you know how to follow it, Calduin? I assume you got them here, so I assume you know how to read it.
just follow the direction it's beeping in.
All right, let's go then. Andale, andale.
Alright.
Run
All right.
with this.
I need 3 separate rolls made by 3 separate people.
I'm
The
eager.
only
I missed the
caveat
first. Okay.
is that it can be made without aid, which means no staff of fucky
Yeah.
wucky. I need a knowledge local or survival, knowledge planes, and knowledge and stealth check.
I don't think
I
I'm the
can do
best for any of
planes.
those. Planes. Anybody got knowledge,
Alistair
local,
dibs
or like
planes.
survival?
Local or
I do.
survival.
Nope.
Survival.
Jonathan is going to take the local survival, and who is going to take the stealth check?
Give me a second. I gotta search up the stats, but I can do the stealth check going into my wraith form.
Oh, smart.
Oh, is that your ma?
Yeah, it was Mom.
Tell her I love her. We love Joyce. Tell her I was really happy to see her the other day.
Wes says he loves you, and he was happy to see you the other day. He was. He was going on about the interaction between you and Callie.
Mhm.
We got rift guys to chase.
Hell yeah. All right. So, you watch, Calduin, it's been a while. Why don't you go ahead and tell us how you change form?
Okay. Man, everything's running really slow today. Of course it is.
Of course it
So
is.
my physical body starts to, in essence, starts to crack like a dry desert as chunks start falling off of sand and then start swirling around in a vortex as this rust red sand wraith takes an appearance.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. And I would love those checks from you guys. So go ahead and roll it, and I'll call it out, so then I don't get confused.
Give me a second. I'm gonna
27.
So,
find the card that you sent.
let's get that survival check first.
Okay, I got a 31 for survival.
Perfect. Planes.
27.
Perfect.
You don't happen to have that card that you wrote everything down on, or the file on your phone, do you, Wes? Because you had sent a screenshot. I can't seem
I
to
can't think
get
of it immediately, so give yourself a +10.
Okay, I was thinking it was a +10, but I want to double check.
I'm God. It's a +10.
Oh, am I allowed to use the inspo point for this?
Go ahead.
Okay, that's better.
If you roll a 1,
That is a 31, I believe. No, sorry, 21. Nope. Wow, I'm really bad today. No, I was right. 31. For Move Silently.
Perfect. Beckett, could you kindly roll me a Knowledge Arcana?
I can. Ooh, I got a, sorry, quick math. 31.
Beckett,
Nice.
you look proudly upon your comrades, and you watch them put their collective heads into into the endeavors ahead and into the plot thickening, and just out of your arcane eye you watch a gold tether string each and every one of your hearts together. That moment, destiny feels real to you. And although the night is dark, the situation is dark, you feel a great hope in your heart. As with that, I'm going to call a quick 5-minute, not even. Just briefly, this was the mimic Snapple was supposed to be a slow burn reveal that was revealed in one spell that I had allowed to be cast at instant speed because of an inspiration point that was reported to you last session. It was supposed to be a slow burn fun reveal, but no, here he is, Snapple, in his form.
There's still some stuff we need to learn.
I love Snapple
Like
though, he's so cute.
like his favorite type of meat. Is he a dark meat fellow? A light meat fellow?
Well, sir, so far he's a jerky meat fellow.
Cooked or raw and regular?
Let's do it. I didn't catch any of that.
As you all step into the streets, and rushing your way north. The barricade is separated for you on the opposite end of the block. So you rush your ways north to hear a loud crash. Only a block away from you. You guys take a right down the dimly lit, claustrophobic feeling streets. And as you take another right, Calduin, you see it immediately. A large, sand sculpted Valdunoid statue has crashed into an apartment building.
What the fuck?
As you see victims rushing their way out of the building.
Is there any sign of the rift?
Tobin, make me a spot check.
Sure. Sure. I can do that. Where'd that one go? That one was doing pretty good. Oh, 23, I think. Let me see. Oh, actually, no, that's gonna be a 26.
Your instincts taking over and taking in the dramatic situation around you. You see out of the peripherals of your right eye. Something catches you up.
Is West
You
frozen for
shadow
anybody else?
shift.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
I
there
th-
you are. There you are.
Oh, am
Can
I
you
here?
restart that little bit again?
yeah, you kind of
Oh,
froze.
yeah.
Sorry about that. I did not know.
Start from corner of my eye.
So, from the corner of your right eye, your eyes are drawn to the roof line as you see a shadow shift and move its way eastward. As you watch the beeping gem change from north to east.
Wait, so is it like on the roof?
It is currently on the roof at a heading eastward.
Are the roofs two questions. Are the roofs of like similar level, not too far apart, and like maybe a ladder or something to get up? I would love to do a rooftop chase scene right now.
I would love it if you were to give me a
Knowledge architecture.
I don't have that.
give me an escape artist check.
Okay. Escape artist. Okay. That's going to be an 18. Dude, this die. Oh, I'm not even gonna say anything.
Hmm. Uh, Tobin, you are quick. Your wit, although groggy, seems a lot more snappy than usual. You feel a familiar yet reassuring chill upon your heart. She's there for you and she's sharpening your wit as you survey your surroundings
Oh,
in milliseconds
as
as
my
you
wit,
find a fire escape.
I just
Go on.
realized. As my wit sharpens, I realize. Wait a second. I don't even have to jump from roof to roof. I have magical boots. Get me on that fire escape. Let's do this thing. Continue.
Awesome. So, Tobin's driven. Tobin's driving. You watch him activate his boots as he boom 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 through the air as the arcane platforms beneath his feet form
I'd
as
like to
he
yell
rings his
as
way
I'm going. I'm
onto
just
this
gonna say.
fire escape.
I'm just gonna kind of say, I see it, and then I'll do that, and just like so that they hopefully know that I'm chasing after it because obviously I don't have time to chat. It's running. So yeah, arcane parkour, Mario Brothers type shit, wall jump. You know it.
Yeah, you're already 40 feet up the fire escape. I want the rest of you. Do you chase?
Seeing
I-
Tobin,
I'll
just
chase after him and
seeing
Hold
follow
on.
Tobin
him.
rocket off. I turn. Okay, we gotta save these people and get that thing. I need Jonathan,
Yeah.
you and Peter go with Tobin. We'll need air support. Yeah, hold on, blank or Golan. I need you to help me with this statue. We gotta make sure to get as many people out of that building as possible. We gotta make sure that nothing is Nobody is trapped underneath. I'm gonna need your strength. Alistair,
I can solo the statue. I can
Then
shift
send
the
or
statue.
then you should send Orgullen with
Beckett,
me. He's
we need
fast.
you to check on innocence.
Gotcha.
I start making my way to the building.
Orgolan, roll me a will save at disadvantage.
Okay. At disadvantage.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
$25.
At
Was
disadvantage,
your
eh?
low?
What was
Well,
your roll?
I rolled two
Alright.
11s.
You have
So
14 will.
Yep.
imagine that I didn't ask that question, and Orgolan instead roll me a raw intelligence check.
Okay.
Is it still at disadvantage or just one?
Just raw intelligence. You need a 15.
Yeah, I don't make it.
Orgolan, you are caught in a whirlpool of something that has been plaguing you since you were young. Something your father has always drilled into you.
Indecisive.
Follow orders or follow your heart. You could either save people who maybe have survived. You can solve the fucking problem. You dash towards the fire exit, defying Calduin's orders. You dash your way to the bottom of the fire escape, where you will begin your you will begin your turn. So I need everyone to roll me initiative.
Oh, damn, this turned into. Okay. Interesting.
This will be a Mindscape initiative because we will be in multiple places. But I would like an order of initiative.
I think I'm going to send. I'm going to send Peter.
Unfortunately, right now, none of you have had the ability to act other than the people that I've spoken to.
Okay. Initiative.
Only right now sharpened by his reflexes, Tobin, and then Orgolan following his heart rather than his orders.
Okay.
And Calduin's orders has been issued. Otherwise, anything else has to be done under initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Orgullen just kind of heard Chris or Alistair rather say that he can handle the statue. He's like, I'm going after Tobin. Okay, yeah, let us know when you're
So
ready.
give me 25 to 20.
I got
Sorry,
26.
25 and above.
26.
25 and above.
Peter got 24.
That's not above 25.
Okay. Sorry, I
No,
just heard
yeah.
25
Yeah,
and 20.
he corrected himself to say 25 and above. No worries.
It was a good time for me to roll low.
Yeah, fair enough.
What did you get, Tobin?
26.
All right, 25 to 21.
Yep. 22.
Peter.
Anyone else? 25 to 20.
Peter. I got 19.
That's okay, dude.
Dude, tell him Peter's.
You What
Sorry.
was Peter's? That's what I'm asking.
Peter's is 24.
There you go. You'll be in the next bracket.
And then 22 is Beckett.
Yep.
All right, 20 to 15.
That's you.
15.
19 for Jonathan.
15 to 10.
13.
13 for Calvin.
And is there anyone else remaining?
Yo!
Alistair, what do you get?
8. 3 on the die.
Rough.
Like I said, good time
Excellent.
to roll low.
So, Tobin, can you roll me another spot check?
Another spot check. Oh man, but my 26 was so nice. That's going to be a 22.
22. You briefly catch this shadow begin to move down to the southeast, up on the rooftops. So
Okay.
you're about 20. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
This is not your turn yet. This is not your turn. This is just what you see.
Okay.
You are currently 20 feet below the fire escape onto the rooftops.
Sorry. Say that last part. That was 20 feet. What?
You're 20 feet below the on the fire escape towards the rooftops.
Okay.
You watch as this shadow moves from the rooftop near to your vision towards the southeast.
Okay.
And now it is your turn.
Since the shadow's hard to see, can I start by so with like read magic as like basically you giving it to me as like a spell like ability, what level of action do you want that to be?
So what are you trying to accomplish?
You remember when we talked about giving me read or detect magic as like a spell like ability?
Yeah, that I'll say that's a bonus action for you.
Okay, then I'd like to activate that while looking towards the shadow to see if it helps me see it.
Um, you're unsure.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave it up anyways. That's it's just a help,
Yeah.
and then continue. So I'm still on the ladder, like so. Well, like
You are still on the fire. So the fire escape in total is 60
yeah.
feet. You were able to make your way 40 feet up the ladder, so you still have another 20 feet to make your way to the roof.
Okay, then I'd like to climb the ladder. How I don't know how climbing affects movement, or if it's like its own action. But
It is like a New York fire escape, so it's like staircase.
oh, staircase.
So
Okay,
you're able to make your way. How much is your movement?
um, well, since you let me do that as a bonus action, I'll probably just chase for like my full action, which will be where's my speed? 20, but then there's 5 for the boots, so like 45 feet. If I for like a full run.
You 25 feet upon the rooftops, you run your way 20 feet on the staircase. You make your way to the roof as your arcane sight uh kind of almost highlights this stocky creature.
Perfect.
As you run your way 20 feet towards it, it kind of in your vision kind of tries to curve to the right. As you watch its body weight try to curve to the right, but that's where your turn ends before you anticipate it turning to the right. So you have that advantage of you know which way it's going to turn.
So how close am I to it now?
You are now
Like before its turn. Like, I'm just curious.
you're 15 feet away from it.
Okay.
As next in the movement order is Peter.
Yeah. Peter is going to just Liam, can Peter fly like straight up, or
No,
does
they
it
need to fly on an incline.
diagonal? Okay. Yeah. Peter is going to fly up diagonally, uh, 60 feet to
What
get all
level?
the way up
What level
to
of
the.
flight is Peter?
Good.
Uh, keep going. I'm just looking at something.
Yeah, so what I want is for Peter to just like fly. Peter's would be trying to like just fly up to the rooftop, which is 60
Yeah,
feet, and then
I'll say Peter is able from the place you're standing within the streets up to the rooftop where Tobin is chasing. In his movement, Peter is able to fly up to the edge of the rooftop, but not any further.
Yeah. Just so you
Just
know, when
with the incline and the distance.
yeah, when a good creature flies at an incline, they move at half speed.
Okay. So he'll be able. So with a dash action, he should be able to get like.
I'll say he's 20 feet into the rooftops now. He's about 35 feet now away from the creature.
Okay. So he should still have like 10 feet of movement left.
No, that's with your full movement. He's able to fly up and with the dash action, he's able to fly up to the edge and make its way 20 feet.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Is like spotting the creature reaction? Or like trying.
You go ahead and roll me a knowledge arcana for Peter.
Oh
Which
boy.
is just basically in D20 plus intelligence.
He's not. He isn't trained. Oh my god. -3. Here we go.
Don't forget that when they turn, they are required to make 5 feet of movement for a 90-degree turn.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll just say he's just flying forward
That's
right
all
now.
I can do.
Yeah, I don't think he's really had to turn yet.
Yeah, I'm just
That.
letting you know.
Yeah.
That's a solid 8.
Blood is
Uh,
not versed in the arcane.
he looks into the darkness and sees a shifting, but is not able to place the creature yet.
Okay. Yeah, that's Peter's turn.
Beckett, that's you.
I'm gonna start setting up like almost like a triage area, and not grabbing, but like grabbing people while they're coming by if they're like leaving the area where.
Awesome. Could you roll me a heal check for me?
Yes, I can. Um, that is a nat 20 with a plus 11,
nice.
Yeah,
so
nat 20.
31. Yeah,
Um,
31.
yeah, absolutely. You set up a triage as victims will start to make their way towards you, and you will have a very big advantage on uh, helping out the civilians.
Hell yeah.
Anything else you want to do with your turn? I would. Your action is setting up your triage, but you have a bonus and a move if you would so choose.
Um, no, I'm okay. I
Yonson,
will
that's you, buddy.
finish.
Did you have something you wanted to say, Beckett?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Jonathan, seeing that Argolan, Tobin, and Peter are pursuing the shadow figure, Jonathan is just going to his instincts kick in, and he's going to charge into the building to try and save any civilians.
What's your movement?
Jonathan's movement is this sheet is new to me.
Should be 30.
Elf. Does Wood Elf do Wood Elves have a movement speed bonus in 3.5?
I don't believe
I
so,
don't think
so it might just be 30.
Yeah, it's just 30.
So you run your way 20 feet towards the collapsed building, and as you begin to climb yourself over rubble, you find it difficult terrain. Do you have any advantage over difficult terrain?
I'm going to cast freedom of movement for
That's your action, by the way.
my
Yeah.
yeah, freedom of movement for
Okay.
my action, and then I don't take any movement penalties for difficult terrain.
Awesome. So you make your way 10 feet into the building. Could you give me a heal check?
Yeah,
And give me a reflex save as well.
sure. I'll do the heal check first. Let's do reflex first. Fantastic. I still have an inspiration point left, so I'm going to use that right now. That is an 18 reflex save. And then the heal check is a 12.
Um, as you charge your way into the building, you are able to purge your way through the harsher rubble as you see 4 living survivors cowering in a corner. You lift a piece of rubble up to allow them to pass through. I need a strength check from you, a raw strength.
Okay.
The DC on this is 20.
Oh, Jesus.
Big rock.
Oh, I just got it. Dirty 20.
Whoo.
What did you get? What was
I
your roll?
rolled a
What's your
natural
fucking strength?
17 with +3 strength.
Awesome. As 3 of the survivors make it through unharmed, as the piece of rubble you're holding begins to fall as it falls on you and one of the civilian's legs, as you and the civilian both take 4 bludgeoning damage.
4 points of
But
bludgeoning damage.
fortunately, the civilian makes his way through, mostly unharmed. He's limping a little bit, taking a little bit of damage, but he makes it out of the building unharmed.
Great.
Becca just outside. Get your triage here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody making their way to me.
I don't
Hold on.
think I can do anything else other than that, so I'm just gonna end my turn there.
No, good ass turn though, honestly.
Yeah.
Made it in and saved some dudes. Hell yeah. Who's next?
Calduin, it's your go.
Excuse me. Okay, so the statue's one of those big, large statues, right?
Yes, that it's very, very similar to the one that Kay recovered, looking over the arena. The one that you found on
The
the
ship.
Shadow Silhouette.
Yeah.
Okay. I turn to Alistair. This is a very delicate piece of history. Try to preserve it if you can, but if you can't, I understand. I start running, no, not running, but I make my way over to the statue to look for any structural integrities to make sure there's not going to be any more collapsing.
Yeah, give me knowledge architecture for me.
Fortunately, that's a niece thing. I don't have that one. Hooray. I've got
Where
sculptures.
are you? These would be having a heyday on this case. Dead orange
Copyrighted.
dragon folk and like knowledge architecture and stuff. He'd be all over the place.
Woo, I think I got a 7.
I think we just need Knees and Calduin to like, put on some earrings and do one of these motions. Just merge up, you know? Because every time you're playing one of the characters, like, oh, my other character can do this.
Yep. Yeah, I got a 7 for architecture.
Yeah, looks all right to you.
They look fine, but
that's
I'm more
that's your
sculptures.
free action. You moved about 10 feet towards the statue. You still have your other actions if you so choose.
Honestly, I wanted to check the statue for any, because like it's a sand sculpture, which is something I'm better known for. So I want to make sure it
Oh,
wasn't crashing down.
okay. Instead, could you give me what your sand sculpting check would be?
We just normally do sculpture. Oh, that's better. It's okay if I re-rolled that, right? Or should I still use my
Yeah.
other roll?
No, you're good.
25 for sculpture.
25. So inspecting the statue and the building, um, the statue seems to be damaged around the center of it, and so you think that if a big enough strike were to strike this statue, it would alleviate the tension on the building, as the building itself seems to be crumbling below the pressure.
Okay.
Damn, really gonna make that decision.
As much as I love history, Halduin just channels some eldritch energy and hits that spot. I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Hopefully we can get a nice
What's
clean break.
what's your uh what's your warlock class at right now?
It is at. I have this written down. I can do. Where did I put you? All right, it's up here. I'm at 4 levels in warlock, so I am able to do.
So you can add a +4 to this attack roll.
Okay. I was doing it like we usually do my hideous blow, so I was rolling just for a melee attack and an eldritch attack. My melee attack was a 16.
Go ahead and go roll me one attack with a +4 bonus.
Okay, then that would be just a dirty 20.
Along with your other attack bonuses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like
Uh,
your eldritch energy is channeling through this attack, giving you a +4 bonus. But
okay.
it's a normal attack roll with everything with an additional +4.
Uh, although this is unarmed because I'm not using my weapon. I'm just using my fist.
You
So
can use your weapon if you so choose.
okay. Then I guess I'll just do it this way. Since everything merges with me when I go into this form, as I make a swinging motion, the sand comes out and out comes the
oh,
sword of
cool.
setting suns, and it smashes onto the um statue, doing that. That is a so you had 29 for the attack.
The statue cracks
Hopefully a clean cut.
and
Should I roll?
almost don't
That
worry
wasn't
about
damage.
rolling
That was just
damage.
attack. Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah, don't worry about rolling damage as almost samurai like drawing the blade and striking it through. There's almost a split-second moment where you see the divide of the cut before the impact as the base falls first and the top crashes on afterwards. It deals minimal damage to the building. Yonatan inside, could you give me a reflex save?
Yeah, I can certainly do that for you.
I love that we can just do anime shit because it's D&D. Fucking samurai slash like that. That's sweet.
Dude, rule of cool.
As I'm swinging at the statue in Oshirati, I'm just going, I'm sorry, my brothers.
That's a 16.
That's not bad.
That's a 16. You pass. As Calduin, you send this prayer off to your ancestors. The voices of your ancestors respond in the ancient Asharati tongue, reciting the poem scribed on to Malice. As you strike through in slow motion, this statue falls. Yonatan, you feel the building quake around you as you ready yourself, but only a few dust and pebbles fall as you. The building is now no longer within danger of collapse. The Adinaul. 11 o'clock at night, the
Yeah.
moon full, staring down with an eye. That's where I think we're gonna leave our party. Within the dead of night, exploring this unexplained phenomena. Doing victims, chasing shadows. Come back next week to watch these shadows unfurl. It is so good to be back. Man,
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was a
I've missed you
long,
guys.
missing session.
I have missed you guys.
Shit.
Holy fucking shit.
Kind of a short session. I was like, oh man, I feel like we didn't get to do much,
Yeah.
but the beginning was really cool, and then by the end, we're starting this cool this cool interaction. I don't even know what to call it because it's not quite a combat, but
Yeah,
Chase
my bad.
sequence?
no, don't worry, this is sweet. I'm excited for this next session. It's gonna be like 3 or 4 sessions on one day. It's funny how sometimes it can be that, and sometimes it can be like
Mhm.
over weeks.
Honestly, it is very weird, but it's so cool is the pacing of the storytelling. Do we feel? Yes, we do. Of course, you guys are going into a combat-like session, and you guys have already spent inspiration points.
True.
Let's award inspiration points. The DM is awarding himself one.
No, no, no. Fair enough. That was good shit. But
Yeah.
fuck you.
So James, who do you think deserves an inspiration point this session?
Yeah, that's a tough one. There's some good shit going around this session. Um, I don't know. I think I'm between Liam for making that decision and this cutting the statue for the greater good. That was sweet. And Chris for being able to help us identify the mimic because I feel like we could have just been sitting there forever just like what do we do with this apple? So I don't really know who I want to award it to.
So your runner-ups are Liam and Chris. Fair enough.
Sure.
Owen.
I'll probably give it to Chris, just for identifying the mimic.
All right, Chris, what do you got? Who do you think deserves the inspiration point?
I was gonna go with Liam for the sacrifice. I mean,
Yeah,
that seemed like some serious character development right there.
for
But
sure.
as far as the detect thoughts go, I owe that to Harlan Ellison, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, this is a I have no mouth and I must scream situation
But on that
rather than mimic.
on that same night or note as you say and Liam for that sacrifice, you also got posed with a very difficult decision and have to deal with that too. So like that goes into part of me like splitting the vote between the two of you as well.
But no, I'm definitely throwing my hat in with Liam.
For sure.
B, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Liam for the sacrifice and the great plan that that he came up with.
Nate?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Liam, great role play before the whole chase sequence started. And once the chase sequence started, coming up with a plan very quickly and effectively that gave everyone a role based on their strengths and weaknesses complementing each other. And again, being able to sacrifice one of the important relics to his people in order to save any potential people, including me, inside the building. Uh, Great work this session, and I'm gonna hand my inspiration vote to him.
Liam, to round us off, what do you think?
I gotta give it to Chris for the whole conversation with the poison, and just the whole moral dilemma.
Excellent. So, the Dungeon Master himself, Liam, and Chris all gain an inspiration point.
Woo!
Ironically, the two people that used him, so
Ironically true.
Except me, because
Oh, I feel like I was gonna say something.
inspiration.
No, you did use your inspiration point, though.
I used my inspiration point.
Yeah, but he
and
didn't get one back. Is
Yeah,
what he's
that's
saying.
true.
I didn't get one back, but that's okay.
Well, folks, that was fantastic. I am super excited to be back at our virtual table and being able to just have fun with my friends. And thank you all for listening, and it's been a goddamn pleasure. So, Nate, why don't you lead us out, buddy?
Bye. Have a great time.
peace.
Ooh.